This camera is testing my patience today. This is the 4th time I'm trying to film this video. Let me get you all set up. Right, let's all pray that this works because I've had to dig out my old memory card. There's something wrong with this one and I've filmed this 4 times now and it literally lets me get about 10 minutes into it, so I've been talking for about an hour, just repeating myself. But hello everyone, welcome back to another video, a vlog. I hope you're all doing really well. It's been a long time since I've picked the camera up, spoken to you all. I feel like we need a big catch up. I know I've mentioned previously obviously about this summer, everything that we've got going on. We literally get married in less than 8 weeks now. Who is this? So yeah, we've got loads going on. We were at a wedding a couple of weeks ago, one of Louis' close friends' weddings. That was really nice. And then we had a couple of days after the wedding before we flew to Sweden to see Louis' sister and our niece and nephew. That was lovely. We had about 4 nights I think in Sweden, and we got home on Sunday, so it's currently Friday. We got back Sunday afternoon and then we were back at work on Monday, so it's just been like straight back to work, back to just like normal life. So in terms of the house, I know I've like said this quite a lot in previous videos, there's nothing going on in the house at the moment. Literally no updates for me to give you at all. I have got a couple of samples here that I am going to show you, just of like skirting board and things like that, but yeah, nothing is going on in the house basically. I think at the end of my last video you might have seen Louis start laying the floor in the utility. That is literally exactly how he left it. That video was filmed a good few weeks ago now, so nothing else has happened with that. Obviously we've been away and busy, so yeah, that is no further forward. And yeah, other than that, we literally just don't have the time or the funds to put into the house at the moment. Everything is wedding. It's coming around very quickly. So yeah, the house, just nothing much is happening. But I do feel like I need to just get on top of everything. I feel like the house is getting on top of me instead of me keeping on top of the house, which I feel like a lot and I don't like the feeling. I wish I was one of those people that always had a clean and tidy house. I know we live in a renovation and everybody else knows that we live in a renovation, but you know when like somebody will just unexpectedly turn up and you get that feeling of like, oh, the house is an absolute mess. I don't like that feeling and I want to try and keep it as nice as possible. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. I'm going to do a quick sort of speed clean with you. I need to sort the kitchen out. The kitchen always needs sorting out. And just the general things that I feel like you just constantly do every single day of your life. But I need to have a hoover. I've got clothes and stuff upstairs that I need to put away. So yeah, I'm going to do that this afternoon. I will give you a full wedding update later on in this video, I think, just to like get you up to speed with things that are happening, decisions that we've made, decisions that we need to make. I've done a massive Shein order for my hen do, so I've got an abroad hen do just with a couple of the girls in about 3 weeks, I think. So I've ordered so much stuff. I haven't been on holiday for a really long time, so I need general holiday things anyway. We are going on our honeymoon after the wedding as well, so I've obviously tried to buy things that I can rewear and use for both. Obviously a lot of it is white, so yeah, let me know if you would want to see everything that I get in the Shein order. I don't know whether it'll be here in time for this video, and I've got a lot of stuff, so let me know if you're interested in seeing that, or I can just show you like a couple of the bits that I got. But yeah, lots and lots going on, lots to plan for. I've got so much like just running around in my head at the moment, but like I said, I'll do a wedding update a little bit later on in this video. So I'll show you the samples that I've got. It's literally just, I've got some skirting board and architrave samples and some tile samples. Bit random, I don't know what made me order them. I think I've just been looking at these things for a long time and I thought, well, I might as well order the samples now, have a look at them, and obviously this is something that we'll look at doing after the wedding, so not like imminently, but hopefully sort of come September we can really focus on the house. So in terms of skirting board is something that is really important to me. I feel like a little bit of a weirdo when I talk about like skirting board and stuff. It was the same with the light switches. They were something that was like a big decision for me, something that I've been excited to get since like before we even moved into this house. As soon as I knew that a Renault was like in our future, I was excited about things like light switches, radiators, radiator valves, skirting boards, crown moulding. All of these things are like small details but big details to me. So yeah, I thought I would just order a couple of these free samples. These are from, oh, I think I've got rid of the thing. These are from, I want to say Skirting World, just like an online place. They don't actually have any like writing or anything on them, so I can't remember which one was which. I should have kept the thing. I feel like I've just thrown that away as well. Very annoying. I'll link these below in case anybody actually is interested, but I think what I ordered, one of them was called Profile, I think it was 440, and then you can only get 3 free samples at a time. So I ordered the Profile 440 skirting board and matching architrave, and then I ordered the Edwardian skirting board sample. So I think that this one must be the architrave because it's a lot smaller than the skirting board sample. So let me just have a look. Yeah, so these two are the matching ones. So these two are the Profile 440 ones. So yeah, obviously you can only get the skirting board samples in like a standard size. I'm not sure what size this is, but for our actual skirting board, I want to go very, very tall. I don't want to go, I mean, I would if I could, if Louis would let me, but I don't want to go too tall. I don't actually know how tall you can go. I feel like you can definitely get 300 mil, but obviously this house isn't like Victorian or Edwardian, or it's not that old, and the ceilings are like fairly high, but we don't have those really, really like grand high ceilings. So I don't want to go over the top with the skirting board because I also want quite big crown moulding around the ceiling as well, and I don't want it to be like overpowering. So I'm thinking maybe it's about 250 mil, which will obviously be a lot bigger than this. This is just a sample, but this is the Profile 440, I think it is. Like I said, I'll link them below. And then this, I think, is the matching architrave. It's the same one basically, just skirting board and architrave. These were the ones that I've had my eye on for a while that I like, but this one is the Edwardian one. So obviously these two are the skirting boards, and I much prefer how much higher this is. I like a sort of like higher profile skirting board, so I feel like I'm leaning more towards this one. This one's a little bit more sort of like squared than this one, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's just a few samples, and like I said, I could only get 3 free samples anyway, so I couldn't get the Edwardian architrave sample, but I might see if I can order that. But yeah, that's just an idea. Let me know which one you prefer, because I suppose this one, the detail on this one is a little bit more like pronounced. It's a little bit, I don't know whether it's more sort of grand, which I like, but yeah, I do just like how much higher this is where it actually starts. Let me know what you think about them. And then the other samples that I've got, very random, because we are not getting the bathroom done anytime soon. Hopefully next year we might look at getting the bathroom done. It's definitely like top of our list, but we don't actually like know for definite. But I've just been looking at these towels for ages, and again I just thought, well, I might as well order the samples, because I would be ordering them at some point anyway. So I've got 4 samples here. So the ones that I've been looking at, these are actually the ones that I've been looking at for a long time. So this is for the main bathroom, so the bathroom that we need to knock the wall down and extend the actual bathroom before we get a new one. And one thing that I really want to do in the bathrooms is go for a darker tile so that I can have a darker grout, because I just feel like grout wears so quickly and it just ends up looking manky. I hate the look of like discoloured grout. So if I can sort of prevent that as much as possible, obviously on top of cleaning it, but if it's darker, I just feel like it won't show up as much. Obviously if you've got like white tiles, white grout, everything's very light, then you just start to see like the black mould and the discoloration, and I really don't like it. So I do like these tiles. I like them in a herringbone pattern. I like them sort of vertical like this. I don't know whether I got my horizontal and vertical right then. Yeah, I do like these. Obviously the smaller the tile, the more grout you need, which is another, not an issue, but just something that I'm aware of. But online these didn't look too grey, because I'm not really a grey girly. It doesn't really, I'm not that fussed. But when I've ordered them, they are actually quite grey. So I think they're a little bit too grey for me. But I also ordered the like olive green colour of that tile. So these tiles I originally saw on Mandarin Stone, but these are actually from Porcelain Superstore, and they're literally exactly the same tile. So this is it's called Dwell Olive. The grey is Dwell Grey. That must be the range of tile. But I really, really like this colour. I like the fact that it's not too green. It's a very subtle green, and it's got like lots of nice markings in it. I quite like that they're sort of glossy. But yeah, I just feel like these really aren't too green, because going for too much colour on like permanent things like kitchens and bathrooms does give me a little bit of anxiety. I prefer to just go neutral for the big decisions, and I'm loving green at the moment, but I do feel like it's a little bit of a trend, and I don't want to follow a trend on a big decision like this. But I do really, really like these tiles. So yeah, that's a possibility. I'm thinking of these just in like the shower cubicle. I don't want the room to be too tiled everywhere. Obviously we will have like a sink backsplash, which I might do these tiles as well, maybe it's in a different pattern. I was thinking of these just sort of like vertical like this for in the shower, but then maybe the like herringbone style for the sink splashback. I'm not sure, I'm just like brainstorming. And then I also got 2 floor tile samples, because I would like, I don't want it to look too bathroomy, so I want more of a wood effect tile on the floor, I think. So I got this one. This is the Jasper Walnut. So this is just a very dark wood, which I'm liking at the moment as well. I'm really liking the sort of deep, rich, chocolatey tones of wood. But the one that I really, really like, I put a picture of these ones on when I did our upstairs house tour. So like the part 2 house tour, I showed a picture of these tiles. Obviously this is just a very small sample. I'll put the the picture on the screen here as well so that you can actually see the design of the full tile, because this is literally just a little bit cut out. But I don't know how well the colour will really come across on camera. It is a little bit dark where I'm sat. But yeah, this is a little bit of a sort of lighter, maybe it's like ashier tone than the obviously the dark one. I think I prefer this just because this is what I've had my eye on for a while. So yeah, that's sort of like the green and the wood. Love that. So yeah, they're my samples. Like I say, nothing else really going on in the house. I'm just gonna have a good old tidy around now, and then I'll give you a wedding update at some point in this video. Because, well, firstly because we've got no juice, but secondly because it's such a nice day. The weather has completely like flipped, and it's like full summer now. I think it's been sort of around about 23, 24 degrees for the past, I don't know, maybe sort of like nearly a week. And yeah, it's just very welcomed. I feel like I was ready for it to get hot like this. So yeah, I've got some icy water, but my ice has pretty much melted and I literally put that in 2 seconds ago. So I thought I would just do a little bit of a wedding update, a wedding catch up, just, I don't know, like run through a few things, let you know where we're up to, what we've still got to do, what we've already done, like different decisions. As we speak, obviously when you see this video it'll be a different time to when I'm filming this video, but for me at the moment I think it's literally like just over 7 weeks until the wedding, so I feel like we've still got quite a nice amount of time. I just want to avoid getting to like the last sort of 3 weeks, and I think I'm obviously going to be stressed trying to like pull everything together, but at the moment I'm focusing on like ordering lots of things, because obviously things might take a couple of weeks to actually get here, and I don't want to leave that obviously like too close to the actual day and then be stressing about things not getting here in time and stuff like that. But we were over our florists yesterday, so we had an appointment over there. The florist that we're going with is sort of, they work alongside the venue a lot. That's sort of why we went with the florist. We didn't have like a preference for any florist. I've never had to use a florist before, so yeah, we just went with like the easiest option really, which was the florist that works with the venue. So yeah, we were over there last night for an appointment. So yeah, we were over there last night for an appointment just to sort of like finalize everything really, go through the flowers that we like initially said. We had a meeting with the florist just via Zoom over a year ago, and just sort of gave general ideas of like what we were maybe thinking, but obviously it was a long time ago. So yeah, we just sort of like confirmed things. I'll pop some pictures maybe like here while I'm talking, and show you some like Pinterest pictures, some inspiration pictures that I've used for the wedding, for like centerpieces, flowers, maybe even like the design of our like invitations and stuff. I did show one of our invitations a few months ago when I ordered them, obviously without showing all of the details, but we've done things like scratch cards. I've done like personalised scratch cards. I've done like the welcome sign, the order of the day. All of those things I've followed the same design as our invitations, and I just used a website called Zazzle for all of those things, and it's been really good so far. I mean, I haven't ordered everything yet. I've got lots of things in my basket, and I'm just going to do one big order because you do have to pay for like the shipping, so I'd rather obviously just do it all in one big order. But yeah, if you are looking for like any sort of invitations, or to be honest anything, they do literally like everything, and I like the fact that they do lots of different things like following the same design. So I was able to just do like the table numbers and stuff, for example, that already had like a template for that was the same as the invitations. There's different types of invitations, there's RSVPs, there's thank you cards, there's like the seating plan, sort of welcome signs, literally everything that you could possibly want, they do have on there. So yeah, I've been really happy with that so far. So yeah, we're about 7 weeks away. We've had like a few appointments and stuff over the past, I don't know, maybe it's like a few weeks, just for things like, we went over to our venue a few weeks ago for like a taster meal for our like wedding food. Obviously the wedding menu is different to the actual restaurant menu. Our wedding is sort of at a hotel basically, so they have like a restaurant, and yeah, obviously the food is different, so you can book in for a complimentary taster meal. So we did that a few weeks back, which was, it was nice. I wouldn't say that our food is anything to shout about, but like it was lovely, it was fine. There's maybe a couple of things that we're just going to ask at the venue if we can sort of very slightly change. So yeah, there's like a couple of things that we're just going to chat to the venue about. If they can't, it's not a problem, but yeah, that was positive. Like I mentioned, we went to our florist yesterday. I'll either have already put in pictures, or I'll put in some pictures here of the like bouquets that we're going for. And for the centerpieces, I'm just going with a sort of low floral arrangement basically. I know I've seen quite a lot of tall ones that are like tall basically, like in the middle of the table, but our room isn't massive, it's only quite small, and I just feel like it would be way too overpowering for our tables to be like too extravagant. The room has quite a lot of character itself, so I don't really feel like we need to do too much like over the top. So I've decided to just go with a low flower arrangement in the middle of each table, following the same theme as the bouquets and stuff. Very wild, very green, and like basically white flowers. I'm incorporating quite a lot of daisies, which I wasn't originally doing. I feel like that's only something that I've sort of decided on over the past couple of weeks, but I just feel like the scream like summer wedding, I just think they're so cute, and it's something a little bit different than just the sort of typical like white roses. So yeah, the centerpieces will sort of follow that same style. And then I've also ordered some, basically like an assortment of little like tea light holders. So I'll show you when they get here. I think a lot of they're just off Amazon. A lot of them are due to be delivered in a couple of days time, so I'll show you them when they come, because I got 3 different types, and I've also got some already in the house that I can add in as well. And yeah, I'm just planning on like dotting those around the table. We are allowed real candles as long as they're covered, so I sort of went with like slightly taller tea light holders so that the flame will be completely like enclosed. But you'll be able to see from the picture that I got off Pinterest, this is like my inspiration for the centerpieces. And yeah, I just really liked the little tea light holders. And then I'm going to do a similar thing to this with the table numbers as well. I haven't ordered the actual table numbers yet. Again, this is something that will follow the same theme as the wedding invitations. Louis went for his suit fitting on Saturday just gone, so about a week ago. He went for his suit fitting with like his best man and my dad. So yeah, I think that was all positive. He did show me a few pictures. He looks very handsome. But he's just decided to go for like a classic tux, basically. All of them are just in a tux, and we're just hiring them for the day. That was obviously the most affordable way to do it. I have my like dress fitting for my like first round of alterations in 2 days time. So yeah, I don't know whether I've already spoken about this. I'm getting like deja vu, or whether I've just spoken to other people about it. My brain is just scrambled at the moment. But yeah, I don't think my dress will need many alterations at all. There's literally nothing major that needs doing. It's like probably just the length and tiny little tweaks here and there. So it might just be like this one appointment. I know sometimes people go back, obviously try it on again. If there's any like really last minute things that need doing, then they can do that. But I might just need this one appointment and then pick it up when I need to pick it up. I don't know when that'll be. I'll obviously see what she says on Saturday. But yeah, I'm excited. I just feel quite like apprehensive about everything at the moment. But yeah, I'm sure that will be lovely and that'll all go well. I've got my dress hung up upstairs. Louis almost looked at it because he thought it was a bridesmaid dress, but as soon as he saw the white, he zipped it back up. So yeah, hopefully he hasn't seen too much. I've also done another order off Etsy. Etsy is a godsend for anything like personalised and stuff. Again, I'll show you all of those bits when they arrive, because things will probably come sort of like whenever. I've ordered quite a lot of jewellery bits. I've already got a couple of bits, but I might wait until everything comes and maybe just do a bit of like a wedding haul, either as a video or just within another video. That might be easier than me showing you like bits here and there, because I have got a couple of things that I've already ordered. But yeah, I might just wait for everything to come and I'll show you everything all in one go. What else have I ordered? I've also ordered a guest book. This is something that I very nearly forgot about. I know I've still got plenty of time. It probably would have popped into my head at some point, but yeah, I just had a thought the other day, so I've ordered a personalised guest book. Again, I'll show you all of this when it comes. And I've also ordered Nelson's little dicky bow, because he will be there, he will be part of the day. Obviously he's staying with someone else the night before the wedding and the night of the wedding, so she said that she will drive him to our venue. Literally, I'm thinking for maybe like half an hour, just to get a few photos. He's not going to be like part of the ceremony or really like involved in the wedding. I don't actually know. I'm guessing the hotel maybe isn't dog friendly, I'm not really sure. But yeah, I don't plan on having him sort of like mooching around in the drinks reception. I'm thinking that he will just come literally while we're getting a few of our photos, because I feel like we'd always regret it if we didn't have pictures with him on our wedding day. So yeah, basically I've ordered him a collar and just a little like dicky bow that attaches to his collar and a matching lead. Wedding cake is another thing that we've been making decisions on. My best friend slash maid of honour is making our cake, so we were going to go for a 2-tier cake, which I feel like is maybe more makes more sense. But Louis keeps mentioning having 3 tiers, and obviously because my best friend is making it for us and she's doing it as a wedding present for us, we we're thinking we might go 3 tiers. She said it doesn't make any difference to her. It doesn't make it like harder for her or anything. She's happy to do 3 tiers. So we might go with 3. We haven't 100% confirmed flavours yet, but I'll pop another picture in here of my cake inspiration. So I'm on the hunt at the moment for the flowers that we need to add to it, but I'm thinking that I've actually got, we're just going to use artificial flowers for the cake, but I've actually got quite a few around the house that I might be able to use instead of buying like lots of brand new flowers. But yeah, I think that's like the main things. I mean, I could go on forever, to be honest, about the list of things that we need to do. We also need to go through like lots of music. We need to either find or create a playlist for like during the meal. I want some nice background music. We also need to go through the set list of that our singer sent over, because we have got a live singer during the drinks reception. So we've gone through the songs and we've chosen about 60, but we need to limit that down to 30. So we just need to go through that and take some songs off. We also need to sort out our vows, the actual ceremony. I need to order reserved seat signs. We went through our food yesterday, because obviously we've also got evening food as well as the actual like main meal menu. We needed to choose evening food, so I did write down I think what we might go for. So I think for the evening buffet we're going to have sweet potato wedges, sea salted roasted potatoes, southern fried chicken strips, assorted pizzas and sweet chili chicken, pineapple and pepper skewers. Not sure about those last ones, it's just the pineapple that throws me a little bit, but I feel like that's the type of food that you want to eat when you've had a drink, and I'm hoping that people are going to be feeling like merry by that point. Our actual sit down meal is probably quite a lot earlier than normal weddings, because our ceremony is a lot earlier, so I think we sit down for the meal at 2. And then I think food is maybe served around about 2:30, and then the evening food will maybe be more sort of like maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish. So yeah, hopefully like people will be hungry again, because I do sometimes feel like at weddings there's a lot of eating, which is great, but you also want time to like have a drink, let your food settle, things like that. So yeah, there will be a bit of a bigger gap in between the foods. The other thing that I need to do as well is order the actual like name cards for each individual person that goes around the table. So this is something, I feel like I'm giving away all of like my whole wedding here, but one thing that we're thinking of doing, which I think is a really, really good idea, and I just feel like I would be wrong to not share it with people, because I feel like wedding favours is something that's very old-fashioned. We've not personally been to that many weddings, but a lot of like older generation people will say like, oh, what favours are you doing? What? And at the beginning I was thinking, why are we doing favours when we're spending a lot of money on everything else for the wedding? But what we've decided, I feel like, is a really good sort of in between. So it was actually one of my friends that had mentioned that you can get seeded paper, which is literally paper that's got tiny little like wildflower seeds in it. Again, I'll put a picture on the screen here, and you can get them printed like as the name cards. So it's basically like a multi-purpose use. These we needed to get like name cards for everyone to go like in each place setting, so that people know exactly where they're sitting. And I just feel like this is a really, really good idea, so that then people can take them home and you literally just plant the piece of paper and wildflowers will grow. And I just think that's like the cutest thing ever. And then obviously I feel like another thing with favours is that a lot of people forget them, or like don't want to take them or whatever. And obviously people might not want to plant seeds in the garden, but any that are left over we can bring home and we can plant them in our garden. I just think that that's a really, really lovely idea. And obviously it depends on like your guest numbers, but this hasn't been that much of a massive expense for us, considering it's the name cards and the favours joined together. Yeah, that is a really good idea if anybody watching is planning a wedding and is stuck on favours or anything like that. I think that, yeah, that's a really, really lovely idea, so I need to order them. So yeah, that's a quick, well, I say quick, I've probably been talking for a good half an hour, but that's sort of where we're at with the wedding. And yeah, I'll just show you things like as they arrive, or I'll do a little bit of a wedding haul as things start to sort of come in. I'm gonna try and do my best to like get organised, maybe even get some like boxes or bags or something, so that I can keep everything together and have like boxes that I know I need to take to the venue. I'm staying the night before, so I'll be taking a lot of the stuff. And yeah, I just feel like if I get organised in that sense, then I know what I'm taking the night before, and yeah, things will just hopefully go smoothly and I won't be an absolute crazy stressed bride to be before the big day.